left, right, high humidity, and a new championship leader, Jacques Lecrancy, winning in Monza, now taking the lead of the championship. Also exciting news, Ferrari have signed a new driver, Sniffalizer 2. He will be competing teaming up with Senior Ghost 007. And looky, we have rain. Ladies and gentlemen, as tough and as mentally challenging as this track can be, under lights, also now the challenge of rain. My name is Sheldon. I'll be taking you through this evening's action attraction here at Marina Bay Circuit, Singapore. As we see one of the Ferrari drivers already on their way out on the Inters. Red Bull leaving garage as well. We'll put some lap data up here, some telemetry for you just to follow. Right, we got majority of the field out on the Inters. We do have Jacques Lecrancy who's on the wets. He's still in the pits. We'll join on board with Senior Ghost as he takes the first look at what the track conditions are like on his outlap. We had a very, very interesting race night for Tier 1. Also rain affected. Warlock taking his first victory for Tier 2, my apologies. Warlock taking his first victory in the McLaren. So the boys are going to be very excited to get on the track and get the times up. As predicted, the rain looks to be here for the full qualifying right now, and as it goes along we'll see. Also we've got Jaco Nagel joining us as well in the Alfa Romeo, a new signing as well for the team. Now completing the grid, 20 drivers full up now as we drive along the board of the Ferrari, one of the most trickiest parts of the track, even in the dry. As you see, it's very twisty and tricky. Quick left, quick right, and then a left again into a slow hairpin. Coming down towards the stadium section of the Ferrari. Now a revamped part of the track. Previously it was a quick chicane 2-3 and then under the grandstand arena to take you around to corners 20, 21, 22 and 23, and then on to the main straight we go. Senior Ghost there starting his lap now, going through turns 1, 2, 3. Around turn 4, this is the activation point for the DRS during the race. A pretty quick right-hander and take you on to one of the longer parts of the track with a slight curve kink to the right. We see the Red Bull getting a little bit out of shape behind Senior Ghost as he makes his way down to corner 5. A lot of 90-degree angles here. This is a street circuit, making its way around the downtown core of Singapore. Only 3 corners in this track, fun enough, run through Kelang, which is another district within the Singapore town itself. So only 3 corners in a different district of the town. The rest of the 20 corners all then in the core of downtown Singapore. As you can see, fantastically lit circuit at night, really bringing a different atmosphere now to Formula 1 racing. As we see, the rain looks to be steady, not falling, not seem to be too hard. Visibility looks okay. Senior Ghost will be setting the benchmark, and we can understand and see where the guys' times will be for the first part of Q1. So Q1, with a full complement of 20 drivers, we will be losing 5 drivers on times from 16 down, unless we have any incidents with drivers obviously retiring or binning their vehicles into the walls, which is quite likely in Singapore as a street circuit, very narrow. One little concentration lap and he goes, and that he goes over in a 1:59.3 with the Red Bull Lee Van Rooyen comes over in a 1:57.5, slightly quicker there. Savage Moses also now coming through sector 3. He's in the final sector, coming through the oh, he gets a little bit out of shape. He's also lost a little bit of his left wing, really out of shape there. Left end plate of his wing. I reckon he'll. Okay, he is going through to complete his lap. Round to corners 23 onto the main straight, and he puts it into second. Divan Swanepoel 49 on a 1:57.0. He goes quicker. Jacques Lefrancy on puts his Williams into fourth. It's Bernard 007 in the Renault. Drifting off into the pit lane. Let's just have a look. No, he's got no damage on his front wing. Might be going on to the wets. He's aborted his lap. Out we have Senior Kedonks. He is coming on. He's on the wets. We'll have let's sort of see what they've got fitted, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So Senior Kedonks goes back in. He might be changing to the intermediates then. Now I'm bored with Manu Dietrich. He's on his outlap as well. Over the line goes Burries for a 1:57.8 to get through. Looks like the benchmarking is gonna be at about a 1:59.2. 1:59.2. We'll probably see you safe through to Q2. As Jaco Nagel now comes over the line, he is on a 1:59.1. Nice showing there from the Alpha pair, very, very close together. Nicely rated drivers. We do know Jaco Nagel's got a big shoes to fill, as when Alfa Romeo made the debut at Silverstone, they locked out the front grid. Manu now starting his lap with Savage Moses behind him, also coming through to start on his another time lap for himself. Also, we just have Sniffleiser going over the main straight as well for him to start his first timed lap with FTR Racing. Let's have a look at what Sniffleiser will be doing. He's coming, still in sector 1. Let's follow this Ferrari around. This is his first lap with FTR. We've got high expectations for the Ferrari driver, as Ferrari always have high expectations on the drivers. So a lot of changes happening in Ferrari, IRL and on FTR Racing. So he purples sector 1, Sniffleiser. Very tricky section coming up right now. And he's got quite a bit of traffic ahead of him. This one, it'll be a little bit unsightly coming through this very tricky section. As we see, it slows down. Savage Moses nicely gets out the way for the Ferrari. Nice and smooth around there, no issues, not losing the back. Now moves the car over to the left hand side of the track. He's got a Renault that gets nicely out of his way there. That was its first rule. And ahead of him, one of the McLarens, Eugene S44, as I see, he's put in the fastest lap of a 1:56.5. Ferrari now coming through stadium section. Corners 20 and 21. Oh no, that's a invalidated lap time for the Ferrari driver. That will not count. He must have run off and wide somewhere on one of the turns, and that's invalidated his lap time. Jacques Lagrancy now, he isn't, sets the quickest time at a 1:55.288 looks to me. And again, the purpose of this qualifying is to get yourselves. Oh, we have a Renault into the wall. It's me. It's Burnout 007. Yes, he's got some damage on his wing, his front right end plate off. He'll have to park that back in the pit, get that repaired. He has not yet set a time. Definitely then into the danger zone. Still has 7 minutes to get in the pit. He's actually in the pretty early part of the track. So he will have time to get himself in, new nose cone, and then get out again. In the current conditions, you'd need to give yourself about 2 minutes 45 seconds before the clock runs out, just to get out, get your tires warmed up, get your brakes warmed up, and then start your flying lap. So I'm sure it's Burnout 007 will get that car back to the garage. And it just takes a little bit. So you can see how tricky that section is, especially if you've lost some downforce. The car's just not agreeing with him through there because of that loss of the wing, the end plate, loose downforce. The flow of the air around the car is disturbed. Right, it's me, Buddha, now coming through Sector 1. He purples Sector 1. It seems to be the conditions are proving as the guys are getting quicker through Sector 1. Jacques Lagrancy then still up in first on with his 1:55.7. Eugene on his second with a 1:56.5. Devon, the second on McLaren's 1:57.0. Lee van Rooyen in the Red Bull not having the greatest of races in Monza, then to lose out in the lead in the championship to Jacques Lagrancy. Barry, he's on a 1:57.5. Barry's on a 1:57.8. Savage Moses, the previous front row sitter, a 1:57.9. And Nick Gishen in Toro Rosso 1:58.0. With its first rule, the American 1:58.2. Yaku Nagel, newcomer to FTR as well, on a 1:59.1. The Senior Ghost in one of the Ferraris with the new teammate this weekend again on a 1:59.3. And Avilach on a 2 minute. For sure there's some improvement coming from all the drivers up to 7th. As we see, we're still looking at that 1:58.2 mark to get the guys through to Q2. It's me, Buddha puts it into second on the Williams. Williams having a very productive FTR season this year. If only this could translate for them in real life, they would be smiling. Right all the way to the bank. Manu now, he starts his time lap. He's not yet set a time. I think this will be his only shot that he has, so he cannot run wide, he cannot put any wheel wrong. He needs to get this lap to count. On board with the racing points as well of Tiger Bolt 12, also becoming a championship contender. He purple sector 2 in the Racing Point Mercedes. His teammate just went over the line, and to start his flying lap, that would be DBR 257. Currently in 20th on a timed lap right now. We will remain with Tiger Bolt as he comes to the stadium section, corners 20, 21. Going through corner 22, 23 onto the main straight. Very tricky to get it right, keep the pace up, and he goes quickest on a 1:55.7. So therefore the track definitely getting a little bit quicker. Burries now puts on a 1:53.8. Yes, it actually looks like the rain is starting to ease and the guys are going a little bit quicker. The intermediates now nicely in their prime. We might have to revise those who are out now on the track coming to start their timed laps. Jaco Nagel, they put it into fourth now, split in the Williams. Those guys that are in the pits need to get out now. They need to ensure they get a good time in. Senior Ghost then starting on his timed lap. He's also out there. Avalach is out there. It's Bernard needs to set a time. Nam Bulldog also coming through the stadium section to set his qualifying time. So he's also adding an opportune time as the track starts to dry out. See him coming around the final corner, corner 23, onto the main straight. Puts it into 11th on a 1:57.9. Right now, I think that will see him through. He will be safe, although the track is drying out and we do have a lot of drivers out on track. We are with GJ Buerta as he's on the outlap. He is actually in a very opportune position, very advantageous position now as the track is drying out. He's coming through to the final two corners to start his time lap, and I think he will definitely be jumping into the top 15 if he has a nice smooth lap. And what we have there looks like one of the McLarens maybe just making way for the Foster drivers at the bottom of the long straight. Hopefully he didn't miss his braking point. And as the guys start putting more times in, Burries is still leading the pack at a 1:53.8, just under 2 seconds ahead of Tiger Bolt. So yeah, 6 seconds from first to 17th. Definitely the track increasing, definitely getting quicker. Guys will for sure be thinking they can get the times up there and get into the top 15. There we go, the Ferrari of Senior Ghost on a 1:56.9. That will see him through for sure into the Q2. Right now, drivers at risk are Wizard's First Rule and Sniffleizer in the second Ferrari, the new driver, on a 1:55.2, showing the performance in the Ferrari. Tiger Bolt now purple in sector 1 as well. Definitely getting quicker. We've only got 8 seconds left. It seems that a Racing Point has got over the line, and that's it. The Racing Point of DBR 257 will be the final one to set a lap time. And Sniffleizer has said on the Ferrari on a 1:55.2. Drivers at risk. Nick Gishen, he's at risk, but he is out on track. He's definitely gone quicker, a whole half a second quicker through sector 1. We have Wizard's First Rules also on track. He is a whole second quicker through sector 2. He is for sure going to improve. And it's a bit of a tank slap there. Oh, that might take away some of that time. Tippy-toe stuff around the final sector as the guys are pushing now to get that advantage of a drying track. Ryan slightly wide. That will cost him a bit of time. He puts it into 5th though with its first rule. Gets himself through. Gets himself safe into out of the drop zone. We have a Donks. Unfortunately, he's spun out. He will still be safe. Nick Gishen also running a bit wide. Looks like there's... we have a... Reynolds, unfortunately as well. It's Burnout 007. Looks like also had an issue down at the hip. And there we have a Ferrari still on. So right now, drivers at risk. Savage Moses, he can't go quicker. And also some damage to his wing. Nick Gishen won't improve. He ran wide at the hip, and It's Burnout 007 as well, also at the hairpin, coming undone. Avilach out. GJ Buerta seen the checkered flag. So that is it for Q1's drivers that are out. We do have DBR 257. He's 15th and safe. He will. Oh no! That's a little unfortunate. Just maybe some confusion between the drivers as to who's going into the pit and who's going in on the main straight. Right. Burries then takes his Q1. Tiger World second. Jacques Lecrancy third. Sniffleizer, the new Ferrari driver, in fourth. Wizards first rule. The American in fifth. Great lap to see himself save. Yaku Nagel, a new one of our new drivers as well, sixth. Me Buddha put a good show with the Williams. Eugene S44 in eighth. He ran one lap. Senior Ghost 007 in the second. Ferrari in ninth. Diva in the second. McLaren 10th. Manu Dietrich in the Mercedes-Benz, the second Mercedes-Benz in 11th. Big gap to his teammate. The two Red Bulls lying in tandem, Lee van Ooyen Kedonks, 12th, 13th. Nam Bulldog in the Haas, the leading Haas at the moment in 14th. And then Devil, DBR 257, all making their way through to Q2. So there we have the confirmation, ladies and gentlemen, of the 5 drivers who will miss out on Q2 and the rest of qualifying. Savage Moses, a front row starter in Silverstone in his debut race. Nick Gishen, ever reliable in the Toro Rosso, unfortunately out. It's Burnout 007 having a difficult couple of races in the Renault. He needs to get a good result. He needs to look forward to Russia's qualifying, but there's still a lot that can happen in this race. Avilach out and GJ Buerta as well. So as we go into the comments, boys and girls, we have nicely 23 live, one and all, to the stream. Thanks again for watching. Please do like, please do subscribe, turn on notifications to receive the notifications updates as we post our various videos, some content related around drivers and weekends. We got Aquazentry here supporting Senior Ghost. Great friends there. Titus Malema, rain in qualifying might be a blessing in disguise. The race will probably be dry from start to finish. Let's hope, Titus, that is the point, the position of the weather, that it's dry. Looks to be dry now in Q2 and Q1, Q3 hopefully dry. Let's have a dry race so we can see the boys at full pace. Jacques now, evening gents, enjoy guys. May the best man win. We got some support here for Manu and Boris. Titus supporting Tiger Bolt 12. And more support for Alpha and Boris. Righto. Thank you, gentlemen. And those watching, remember, towards the end of the race, we definitely want your views on the driver of the day. Is that just me, or do we see this pace car out in front of? This is very strange. That's very strange. It's me, Buddha, getting a bit of a. Let's just find out who else is coming past that. See, that's. Pace car is still on the road. We don't understand why the pace car would be on the road. This would be the section where we would see it. Looks to be a glitch in the game, or maybe it's just me, I'm not sure. Losing my mind. But I know it's me, Buddha, going through the safety car. He'll give us our first timed lap on the softs. And now we'll start seeing the benchmarking for the tier 1 drivers, what they can do in the dry. As you can see, it is an absolute amazing sight to see these cars under all these lights. It almost looks like daylight, yet the atmosphere of the evening really brings to for the excitement of Formula One. Right, so it's me, Buddha, coming down the back straight, DRS wide open into one of the harsher braking points. Quick flick to the left of the car to line it up for the next right-hander. Very tight through there. Right, so Jacques Nel watching. Yes, Jacques, if you just join onto my party and join us in the commentary box, and then we can get the commentary going as a team here. We'd love to have you in and commenting on the race. Very nice to have the support as well. So it's me, Buddha, now coming through stadium section. Through 18, 19, 20 and 21. As you see, a lot of these corners, left, right, 90 degrees, very tight stuff. Quite heavy on the arms. Drivers have to be physical when going around here. It's me, Buddha, now comes on 138.6 for sure. And we have Jacques Nel in the commentary box joining us for the race. Jacques, how are you going, sir?
Evening. How's it, Sheldon? Evening. Sorry, rather late than... Sorry.
Rather late than sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
100%. No, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping out. And this is... we'll have to break a bottle of champagne on your head for the first commentary box showing for Tier 1.
Yeah, my English is not so good, but hopefully it will improve over time.
No, it's alright. We've got a diverse following. We've got a diverse crowd. We can actually add some Afrikaans if you want. My Afrikaans is nie so goed nie, maar ons kan dit daarom ook probeer as jy wil hê. So ons kan dit bietjie change.
I have to try. My wife's English.
Alright, yeah. So yeah, the boss has spoken basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so Eugene now just setting the quickest lap on the softs on the 147.7. Divan, is it just me or is he following the safety car as well? Jacques, I don't know if you saw that on the stream. The pace car.
I did. Yeah, that was quite unusual. First time I'm witnessing something like that. Never thought it would ever happen, but it did.
Yeah, I'm actually following Divan now. He's coming onto the main straight. He's behind the safety car. He cannot go faster behind the safety car. I'm going to bring up his telemetry. I know we're not supposed to do this because it actually shows the other drivers what's happening, but I just want to see what pace he's driving at. Okay, he's actually run out of fuel, but he is still stuck behind that safety car. This is very peculiar.
Yeah, it is. I'm commentating now from the stream itself, as I'm not in the game.
Yes, I understand.
And yeah, like I said, there must be some sort of glitch from Codemaster's side.
Yes, definitely.
This is really unusual.
Very unusual. I think we'll have to get on to the stewards and ask them to remove that car. Luckily, it looks like everybody is not getting caught up behind their safety car or behind Divan. They are actually ghosting through him. So that looks okay.
Yeah, and he's moving at the same pace as the safety car.
Yeah, definitely moving at the same pace. Very, very peculiar. Let me actually remove that again so that we don't expose the driver's strategies. But Jacques, Tier 2 driver, how was your race on Monday? How did it go for you? Changeable conditions as well coming into play?
Yeah, it was interesting. I made a couple of mistakes in the first 5 laps. So I had to change. Luckily, the weather changed as well, so it put me right back up there. And then, unfortunately for Aqua, with that 5-second penalty got at the end, moved me up into 2nd place, and that's where it ended. Right, but brilliant races from Aqua as well. For a youngster his age, quite impressed.
Yeah, very great improvement in him, I think, with his driving style. Coming from France, which was our first race, very competitive there, and then now on the cusp of actually almost winning his first Grand Prix. Unfortunately, yes, for that penalty.
Oh, and Tiger loses it.
Oh, yeah, that pushes him into the pit. Right, on board with Nam Bulldog. He's on an out lap. He's got the mediums on, so this is playing for strategy. Beautifully smooth through that section with the hairpin. Very difficult there because I got it wrong a lot of times through there last night. How was it for you going through that bridge section into the hairpin? Because I mistakenly had the right setup but loaded Monza as a setup instead of Monaco, which I normally use as a setup for Singapore. So I had zero downforce. I was running on a low downforce setup.
Now, my setup worked for me, and I'm quite. Oh, how can I say it? I do recommend the street tracks. I'm more stable in street tracks than the race circuits itself. So I was quite comfortable in this whole Singapore race, so it didn't affect me that much.
I hear you. Yeah. So DBR257 also having some issues with the session connectivity. It looks like Codemasters is either shifting their focus to the newer game and forgetting about updating the bugs within F1 2019, or maybe there's just some issues with the servers. We didn't have too many issues, did we, on Monday night?
No, not at all. I see everybody's leaving the session now, so there must be some sort of issue.
There must really weird glitch. I mean, with the safety car, the guys in and out of the session, usually referring to a server.
Yeah, it's first time I'm experiencing something like that. But what's quite interesting for me from us in Tier 2, as I look at the tire strategies, I see most of them, they prefer the medium tire in Q2.
Yes.
They will obviously start the race with the medium tire and go on the softs in the latter part of the race. So it might come to a nice ending.
Yeah, we'll definitely have those. Looks like, what, half the field on the mediums. So anyone finishing the top 10 on that tire then moves on to Q3 as well, but then has to start on the tire they qualified their quickest lap time with in Q2, be it a medium or a soft. So yes, you're right. If the quicker guys, as we see Jacques Lagrancy all the way to Lee van Rooyen in fourth in the 137s, they're all on the mediums. They all have to start on that tire, giving him as the car runs, as the fuel runs down in the vehicle, the vehicles get lighter, the cars get quicker. You can make the soft last longer because the car's lighter and you don't have a lot of pressure on the surface.
Yeah, it's all about how you push the car and the tire management, how you look after it. Talking from experience, I've pushed a pair of softs for 23 laps. You can make it work if you really want to, but it's taking a lot out of the car itself, losing grip.
Yeah. You can push these tires to. I've checked it to about between 55 and 60% wear, and then you start really dropping off the pace. You're not on it, but at that amount of wear, the lifespan of the tire is exceeded already, and you're well within the Grand Prix. So going towards the latter part of the Grand Prix with a soft tire would actually be beneficial, especially if you've got the pace like the guys do, usually in the top 10. Yeah, as we see Sniffleiser now in 9th, he's on the medium qualified, he jumps into the pits. Jacques, looks like some of the issues have resolved themselves, drivers are joining again, and looks to be pretty okay.
Yeah,
No
it
more
does.
safety
I
car.
saw Avilach now joined again. Manu joined. Devon joined as well. I saw.
Tiger Bolt pops into 10th. He's a 139.0. Your prediction for cutoff?
My prediction, yeah. At the moment, Kedongs is on 10, so yeah, 138.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
difficult. Sure.
We got Senior Ghost, Yaku Nachel, and Deval, DBR 257 yet to set a time. And if they need to make it through, yes, they need to be in the 130, 138.6 seems to be the next time. 4 tenths quicker than between 8th and 9th. It's me, Buddha. So, you need to be at around 138.7. I think you'll be safe to go through to Q3.
Q3, yeah. Manu and Kedongs do have the pace, and they're on the softer tire, so they might have a slight advantage now.
Yes. So yeah, the softer tire gains you around this track about 8 tenths to 1.1 second over the medium. Again, the driver is the organic bit, the organic squeegee bit in the car that can also make up the difference. So as we see, there are quicker guys that go quicker on the medium, but some boys also just prefer the soft. So
Soft.
it all comes into their ability, their driving ability to get those tires switched on. Yakunachel then dives into the pits. He aborts that lap. Tiger Bolt goes through again to finish another timed lap. Manu goes over the line. He's another timed lap. He did set one on the mediums. Let's have a look. Yes, he did set a time of 140.5 on the mediums. He's now on the softs. Has Tiger Bolt retired from the session? Seems to me.
Not that I can see. Like I said, I'm commentating from the stream itself now, so it's difficult to go through the guys and see who's retired then from my side.
I will, once we in the break between Q2 and Q3, I'll just invite you into the lobby, and you'll be able to view the stream live. It's Wizard's first rule is on a timed lap. Looks like he and Kedonks can still improve. Kedonks seems to be safe as Sniffleize has seen the checkered flag. Manu is also still on a timed lap. He's in 13th. He needs to improve. He has not seen the checkered flag, so he can still get into the top 10. Right now, he's the only one who can improve into the top 10. Senior Ghost has seen the checkered flag. He hasn't actually set a lap, as well as Deerwald not setting a lap. So they will fall out automatically. Tiger Bolt 12 is in 12th. He'll be out of Q3. On board with Manu. He really needs to push the Mercedes through as his teammate is third. So the pace in the car is there. Slightly misses out in the apex. Goes across the line. Does not improve. Stays 13th. Sniffleize out. Tiger Bolt 12 out. Manu Dietrich out. Senior Ghost out of Q2 as well as Deerwald. So 138.8 was cut off. You and I are pretty close there, Jacques.
Yeah, when I saw Kedongs on the soft, I thought he might push out. It's a pity Tiger fell out now. But well done to Kedongs for making it into the top 10.
Yeah, really just grasping it right at the end. Sorting it out. Okay, so the top 10 are Jacques Lecrance, Eugene S44, Barry 01, Lee van Rooyen, Devan Swanepoel 49, he's in the second McLaren. The top 5 on the medium. Wizard's first rule, Jacques, improvement there by Wizards for sure. He's really having some great qualifying and great races of late.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was thinking the same thing when I saw him on 6. I've driven with him a few times, and he was always the back of the grid. And it's nice seeing a driver improving so much over a short period of time, and I'm very impressed with it.
So Jacques, it looks like I am unable to invite you into the lobby. So if I can ask one of our drivers who has maybe fallen out of qualifying, who has got OQNL on as a friend. It is OQNL right now, eh? You've
That's
changed it.
correct.
Yes. To just maybe invite OQNL into the session so that he can spectate with us. And Divan and Eugene have retired from the session. Straight out the gate, they have retired from the session. That's very peculiar.
And it was Divan that was sitting duck behind the safety car as well.
Have they? Is that a? I wonder if that is a. I don't know if that's a conscious decision that they've made as a team, because it's both McLarens instantly out of qualifying. As Nam Bulldog leads out the pack now to start Q3 for us, with Kudonks following right behind. Only 4 drivers taken to the track right now. I think the rain will stay away, and so those in the pits are pretty safe. Yeah, so Jacques, you can just maybe give me an update if someone does send you an invite. I'm sure that one of the guys will be able to assist us there.
I'm just looking if I can see if I can join a session of someone, but it's not allowing me anything at this moment.
I'll just put a message on the group, maybe one of the guys can invite you in. Then it's easier to follow around and help with the commentating. Because it is a little difficult commentating off the stream, as it's about a few seconds behind. Yes, the live action.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, so.
Yeah, unfortunately I saw the message too late that you were alone, and when I saw it, then that's when I said, okay, no, I don't want to let you alone here, so let me try for the first time.
No, 100%, and it's always great having. Look, it's not about whether we can grasp English or grasp Afrikaans. It's just nice to have a companion. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to run the stream, invite the guys in for interviews and so forth. So Willem and Marco did a fantastic job, and as lockdown now eases, obviously they got commitments with work and so forth, so we do appreciate their efforts, and it was actually awesome having them. I'm sure they will be back for sure, no problem. But yeah, just thank you for helping us. Yes, sir.
No, that's a problem. There must be some sort of issue, because looking on the stream I see lots of guys leaving the session and then rejoining and leaving again. Manu left, Barry's left, Divan left, JC left now.
Okay, so it seems we are actually maybe hosting a new session, Jacques. And let's get you invited to the new session, because I see I'm also receiving invites. YouTube, don't go away. There will be another stream for the new session. We just obviously want to get rid of all the bugs within the server of this session. As Nam Bulldog now sets the only time in this one, 1:37.8. I think you'll be very pleased with that time. That's very rapid, very quick. But unfortunately now we're going to be moving on to a new session. All those in the comments and all watching, please do stay around, grab yourselves a cup of coffee, or now that you did buy alcohol, get yourself a drink. We will be back on YouTube.